What's up, YouTube? Hope this video grabs your attention because today we're making a set of tongs. Let's get started. This video was made in partnership with the Dallas Historical Society. So, how to build tongs. Today I'm going to be working on a great, this is going to be a project great for, someone who's building their first set of tongs or is looking for an easy way to build tongs, which is using a 1/4 inch by 1 inch flat bar. That's a great way to get it set up to do tongs. I make several of my tongs I made out of this material. Well, it's pretty versatile. It's easy because it's already flat on one side. It's just a great material to start off making tongs. To start off with, we're going to isolate a bit of material, an inch to 1.5 inches. You can't go wider or longer. It just depends on how wide or how much you want for your bits to be. Usually I like them to be in the 1.5 inch range, but I typically just eyeball it. So we're just going to come over here. We're going to heat this up, eyeball about 1.5 inches or so, and then we're just going to drive down on the corner of the anvil, and kind of isolate a bit of this material, and that'll turn into your bit. And then back behind it, we will have the actual eye joint, the hinge point, and then after that, we will isolate some more material, and that will create your rein. Let's get started on the bit. And another thing. So if you have here, I have roughly 4 feet. This is quite a bit long. But let's say this is the first project you're wanting to do, and you don't have any tongs. You can make a set of tongs without using tongs. So, that's what I'll be doing today. I'll be forging these out just by holding onto the bar. Let's get started. Alrighty, so we're just going to kind of gauge that length, and we're going to do half on, half off blows. Just to try and isolate some of this material. And you don't want I need to take another heat on that, but roughly we're going to try and shoot for about half the width on this for how far we want to cut in. Alrighty, that's about how we want it. So, the next step, I'm going to actually heat up back here, and I'm going to create my second indent. That will create my hinge point. The hinge point. I'm not sure if it actually has a word for it. And to do that, instead of doing it on this side again, we're going to flip the bar 180 degrees, and we're going to do it that way. And this, you don't need to be terribly big. Probably about 1 inch wide is really all you need. And that will create the point that transitions from the actual tong portion to the reins. Reins are the handles. And that'll be able to get us started on going on those. There we go. There you you go. And now you have an isolated point. And that'll be what starts your reins. But we will try and get this cleaned up. I think I need to go down just a little bit more on it. But yeah, so then after this, you can either drift the hole, but what I like to do for my tongs is to drill the hole. Well, I think it just comes out cleaner that way for me, and it's a bit faster than having to try and get these, make sure you're drifting in the center right, everything. It's just a lot easier to do it with the drill. So even if you have a hand drill, it works better with that than it does to drift it. I'm just going to take this over to my drill press and drill a hole in it, but we'll wait to do that after we get a bit of the reins drawn out. So I'm just going to keep working on this area. Try and get our reins better isolated out and this portion cleaned up a little more. Alright, to twist this, you can really use anything. I'm just going to use a bit of these pliers here. But if you have tongs or anything else really, that'll work out all better. So now we just need to kind of clean that up just a bit, and then we can start working on the reins. Okay, so for the reins, this is going to be the most time-consuming part of making them, is going to be drawing out your reins. You can do what they call a split rein, which is where you go in and instead of making your divot even, you just kind of chisel out like a rein shape. You make this 45 and then you just kind of split the bar in half. And that way it makes your reins for either or both pieces of tong. And then when you get down onto the other end, you have all you have to do is make your jaw and your hinge point, and then you're pretty much there. I tend to shy away from those, mostly because you lose a lot of your material with those. And your reins tend to be a lot weaker. You don't have as much bite force with those as you would having all that material drawn down on. So that's just kind of why I tend to draw out my tongs instead of doing a split rein. So we'll keep hammering these out. I think for the next one, I'm going to cheat and use the power hammer. But for this side, I'm going to hammer out by hand. So. All right, cut this off here and
should be able to cool this end off and just work on this portion here. So I'm gonna chop this off quick, and yeah, then we'll finish up cleaning this rain up.
Alrighty. I tend to leave my reins rough. I usually on the ends where I'm hanging on to, I'll smooth out. But to be honest with you, unless you got like real bad like OCD, it's just with how long it takes to draw these out, it's just faster to clean up where you're hanging on to and then rough forge out the rain. And especially when you're a guy like me who's gotta make stuff to be able to afford to do this. So all the less time I'm wasting making tongs, the more time I can be working on stuff that I can sell. So that's my thought behind it. I'm sure there's a few people that will just scoff at that, but that's my philosophy. But we got one side done other than drilling the hole. Let's do that at next, and then we can work on the other side. So, for this one, or this rain, I'm just gonna breeze through, most of it until we get to where it's kind of gets to the point of fitting both the reins together, or both sets of tongs together. So I'll just breeze through that. We'll see editing whether I keep it in or not. But I'll probably show you me hammering out the rings on the power hammer, or at any rate. But yeah, let's just breeze through this, and we'll get to fitting these up. All right, so this is where it gets very important on which way you turn this bit. So need to make sure that they kind of mirror each other, or they should turn the same way. That way it'll close together instead of being like facing out this way. It faces in this way. Okay, so I gotta. Alrighty, we are all set to put these two together. Now, to put these together, typically, most people rivet them, which I do as well. But I find, especially if you're just starting out making tongs, I find bolting them together and then getting everything kind of set and whatnot, making sure everything fits right together before riveting them. That gives you a chance to go back, adjust a few things and whatnot, instead of having to, excuse me, instead of having to cut the rivet or anything like that, or try and work it back into shape with it together, which just kind of turns into a hassle. Well, so yeah, but let's put these two guys together. Alrighty. Well, fits pretty good. I do have one tong is longer than the other one. I think I'm going to end up drawing this guy out a little bit. But everything fits pretty good. Good. No real issues. And then, so I want these tongs set up for 1/4 inch, which these actually fit pretty good. I am going to do one slight adjustment. There. Just driving that home so it sits better. But yeah. There we go. And then, as you can see, the faces aren't real even, so probably take those over to the grinder and clean those up and whatnot. But no, these pretty darn good. I could probably go ahead and rivet these. That's the problem with, after you rivet these, they do stiffen up. So I'm just going to stick this in the fire and heat this up and then work it back and forth, and that should loosen them up. All right, got them all heated up, and see, just nice and hot. Work that back and forth. I'm actually going to even bring my stock back over. There. I'm going to get that nice and set. Oops. Making sure just everything's all nice and lined up. Alrighty, so got them all done and everything, and this is definitely a very easy way to get started in blacksmithing and in tong making, and using that stock, or 1-inch flat stock. So very easy. Actually, I found out how to do this on a picture, or that I found on Pinterest, which Pinterest is, by the way, if you're looking for blacksmithing ideas, actually a pretty good source for that. So definitely go check out Pinterest if you're kind of looking for ideas to get started in blacksmithing. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this was helpful for you guys. I do know, like, Black Bear Forge and Christ-Centered Ironworks, they all have videos on this that go into way more depth than I do. But I haven't ever seen anyone actually make a video of making tongs out of 1-inch by 1/4 inch flat stock. So that's kind of why I thought I'd throw it out there. Also, I'm going to actually, so the rest of this month, I think it's like 3 more Tuesdays, or 2 more Tuesdays, I'm going to be making tongs for the rest of March. So look forward to that. Next week, I'm going to be making some stock tongs. on. So tongs that'll hold a certain stock. I believe I'm going to go with 3/8 stock for those. So I'll look forward to that. And then I haven't decided what the last one will be. But yeah, I'm just kind of using this month as kind of a intro into tong making. We'll put it that way. Hey, so thanks for watching, guys. Please give me a like and subscribe, and we will see you all next time.